Hey, my truth seekers, how are you guys doing? Welcome to my live real talk with your girl, Lady D. Guys, let me go ahead and get this right first before I can go ahead and start making sure that I got all my setup and load this music down. Then I can go ahead and get on. Yes, indeed. So, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Yes, indeed. I see my girl, country girl, Queena is in the house. Says good afternoon, Lady D and Truth Seekers. Gail Francis is in the house. She says, good afternoon, everyone. Miss Wu says, hello, Lady D and chat. Yes, indeed. So, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Beautiful Traveler is in the house. Good afternoon. And my girl, Linda Young, is in the house. Says, hello, everyone. Okay, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Unapologetic and nine buys, and in here is grown folks. Okay, we don't have time to pacify no babies in here. Okay, so if you can't stand the heat, you get out of the kitchen. But this right here, guys, I was not checking for it. Is by one of my subscribers. Last night I was, I couldn't sleep, so I was on the internet, and I was reading some of the comments where one of my subscribers had asked me what my thoughts was when it came to Melody was crying on social media, which I did not see it. I promise you, I did not see it. So I went ahead, the ones that said they're usually um reports on stuff like that. I went and I checked it out. Lo and behold, yes, she was crying on social media, but we're going to go ahead and talk about all that good stuff. So make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share this video, this live, for more unapologetic content. And yes, also, guys, if you feel led, let me go ahead and give you this right here. If you feel led, go ahead and cash out Real Talk 985. You're not obligated to do it at all. Okay. So let me see if I can raise myself up a little bit. So when I read the comments, it will not be all in my face. So yes, Dana Scott is in the house. She says, good afternoon, True Seekers. Hey, Lady D. Tina Love say, hey, Lady D, chat and Mize. Yes, guys. So again, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Let me go ahead and read the disclaimer. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger because I cannot see it at all. Okay. So right here, the copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism. Okay, guys? So don't get mad with the messenger. Like I say, these people are public figures. Okay. Comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So, in other words, don't get mad with the messenger. I see Renee Williams is in the house. She say, ain't crying over Kiki because it's all about her. A narcissist for sure. Okay. So, guys, like I said, it's so much stuff is going on out there. And I really, wants to go ahead and focus on stuff that is really going on out there. Like I say, when it comes to all this right here, these reality shows, I look at it as the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. But this is where our people at, our people smack dab in the middle of all this right here. And sometimes, the deeper that we get into what I call, the devil's playground, we lose our soul. We lose our soul. And like I said, all this right here is my opinion. It's for entertainment purpose only. And like I said, you air it out, you free game. It's only my opinion, and I can go off of what I see. Okay. But as you can see by the title, the first minute when I saw the the video, the little clip where Melody, she was on Instagram immediately, which I saw that and I'm not going to sit there. This is my opinion, so don't get mad with the messenger. I saw that she had a lot over her head. I saw that she took on a lot. Now that's my opinion. That's how I see it. Okay. And it's kind of hard for me to really listen to her very long. For some reason, my spirit does not connect with melody. It does not connect with melody. The minute when she opened up her mouth, my spirit does not connect with her. I can connect with just about every last person when it comes to that show. But for some reason, my spirit does not connect with her, and I couldn't really listen to it all the way till the end. Okay. And as you can see right here by the title says, "Look like Stormy Steele's not only crashing TikTok," in which we already know this is Stormy, if I'm not mistaken, her second time, less than a few hours, made $1 million. Yes, Stormy made $1 million less than a few hours, and she making history. And like I said, what's for Stormy, it's not for everybody. And like I said, everybody wants to be the center or of attention. Everybody wants to go out there and thinking that they can do the same thing other people. Which, like I say, ain't no hating over here, because there's a lot of room for everybody. But speaking of room, it's easy for Stormy, to go on TikTok and sell, so much, because she has a very, very huge warehouse. So by Stormy going on, this is how I see it in the spirit. So don't get mad with the messenger. How I see it, when it comes to Stormy, even Stormy had outgrown one of her warehouse. You remember when one of those content creators had went to spy, one of the buildings that she had. But since that, Stormy went ahead and she outgrew that warehouse, where now she got a huge warehouse where now she can be able to get the products and out as fast and more employees. So when I was watching that video, and she came out and said she had the big C. And right there, which it could be true. Like I said, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I only can give my opinion at the end of the day. But I saw that, you- to me, and all this right here is alleged that she took a lot. She took a lot of overhead. She took a lot on her, and maybe she didn't have the people to help her. And because it was said that she was doing all this right here in her house, in her basement, what she show on Instagram. And I'm pretty sure by she went on TikTok, and I'm pretty sure that she had more people that was purchasing the products. And most likely, how I saw it in the spirit, that she took more than she could sit there and chew. Okay, that's how I see it. And sometimes, when people take more than what they can chew, how your eyes is bigger than your mouth, and they take too much on their hand. And now look, you know I don't I don't even have the warehouse, or I don't even have the people to help me to go ahead and get these products out to the consumers. So I don't know, but that's how I see it. So let me go ahead and read some of the comments. I see let me go ahead and start and read some of the comments. Jacqueline is in the house. She says, "Good afternoon, everyone." Tina Love says, "Because you see through the mess." Absolutely. Renee Williams says, "I never listened to her either because she is so fake and manipulative." Vanessa Bird says, "I can't listen to her either." Beautiful Travel says, "This is Stormy season." Absolutely. This is Stormy season. And see, a lot of people, they can't see it, especially when, oh, Stormy, Stormy just coming on, and we've been, on this show, and it should be me. But like I said, favor is not fair. Favor is not fair. And when Stormy went in, she did what she had to do, and God blessed her tremendously. And the thing about it is that when it comes to Stormy and her business, Stormy been in the game. She's not trying to sit there and throw something against the wall just to see what's going to stick. And not only that, she is a licensed cosmetologist when it comes to hair products, skincare. She's qualified for that. She's not getting into that because, oh, I can put my name on this product, and I can go ahead and sell it. No, you out of your lane. You out of your lane. And I'm not talking just about Melody. I'm just talking, I'm just talking, okay? Um, Shandela, hey Shandela. Shandela is in the house. She says, hey, Lady D, chat and mods. Tina Love says Stormy is kind, humble, and that goes a long ways. Genuine. She doesn't hide who she is or where she come from. She appeared to a bigger platform. And you absolutely right. When it comes to Stormy, when you sitting there, you kind and you genuine, and people, they gonna gravitate to that. But when you are fake and you're phony and people can see straight through you, people, like I said, it pushes people away, especially when you are a low vibrational person. Okay. Alice in the house says, hey, Lady D. Tina Love says, like you said before, they see the glory, but not the story. And yes, she's been in the game. Absolutely. And that's the thing. People, they love to cover other people's blessings. Oh, she do it. Whatever she do, I can do better. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that because just like I said, when it comes to favor is not fair. Okay. And what I see, like I said, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I only can go by of what they put out on social media. But to me, I wouldn't have never even addressed it. If anything, I probably would have just, post something and just left it like that. But to me, you coming out, in the bed and act full face makeup or a filter, whatever she got on, and a lace front wig, and to me, it comes out, fake. I just can't sugarcoat, but it comes out fake to me. And I might be wrong. Like I said, this is my opinion at the end of the day. Everything is for entertainment purpose only. You air it out, you are free game. I'm not gonna sit there and take a paint and paint it the way that you guys want me to paint it with flowers and hearts. I'm gonna call it like it is. This right here, this is real talk. But if I got COVID, I'm not gonna come out with a full face makeup. I'm not going to do that. My face all beat and a lace front wig. If I'm sick, shoot, you're going to know that I'm sick. Shoot. But sometimes, when people take a lot on them, and they don't know how to wiggle their way out of it. And I'm not just saying Mel, I'm just talking in general. Okay. I'm just talking in general because, people, they are very sensitive. You can say whatever you want when it comes to everybody else. But when someone says something about you, then you have a problem. But, if I'm sick, I'm not going to sit there and come on with a full face of makeup and lace front and come out, with this story right here. I'm not going to do it. But sometimes people, they cannot sit there and give what they said there and dished out, and then they're gonna come up with some kind of excuse. And the thing about it, these silly sheep's gonna fall for it. But it got people that see straight through this BS, okay? See straight through this BS, So if things don't get out in time, and I'm just talking in general, I'm not just talking about Mel, but we already know how they used to talk about Stormy. Oh, Stormy, her products didn't get out in time. Oh, we didn't get our products. Well, okay. Well, now you got to excuse, if Stormy's products is not getting out on time because Stormy is in the bed sick. Okay. He that have an ear, let him hear. Okay. Some of you guys might catch this by tomorrow. Okay. But Nessa Bird, she said, you cannot co-sign to hurt other business to advance yours and expect to be blessed. Absolutely. And we already talked about that. We talked about that as well. People, like I said, people, they love to cover everybody else's blessings. And I just don't understand why you don't stay in your lane. Sometimes when you sitting there trying to operate in something that is not really your calling, all you're going to do is wreck. And to see that most of the stuff, that they are doing, it's like copycats. I hate when somebody's cover. I hate when people cover other people's blessings. What you guys think? I just hate it. Like I said there and say, you looking at the glory, but you don't know the story. You don't know the hell that people went through, to get what they got. Heidi says, I love Stormi. She seems so genuine, unlike others. Absolutely. And like I say, people starting to see it, people starting to see it. And I also last night when I was on YouTube, I saw Maurice. Yes, Maurice. He was on Callers King platform, and just because he didn't say what these overzealous fans wanted him to say, then they came down on him as well. Anybody that goes against Melody, not uplifting her, then they wants to sit there and they wants to they wants to sit there and call people out. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Um yes, Tina Love say hit the likes as you come in, you all. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Tina. Yes, indeed, guys. Come on and hit the like button. Come in and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Let me see how many people. Hold on. Let me see how many people. Okay, guys. Yes. So I got the thing so I can be able to see what I got up there. Also, Heidi says straight through it. It's about time someone speak real. Absolutely. Because like I said, I've been talking like this since day one. I just didn't say, oh, all of a sudden, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to bash one person. No, I saw how other people, they are held, to the fire. But, when it comes to Melody, it's like Melody does not take accountability of what she do. Now, if Melody start taking accountability at least for something, then we can have something to work with. But we don't have nothing to work with when it comes to Melody, because Melody is always the victim. Everybody always talking about Melody. Melody this, Melody that. Well, all people just saying, just take some type of accountability. Some type of accountability of your action, stuff that you did. Because I don't believe that only one person can tear a house down. I truly believe that it takes two people to tear a house down. That's how I see it. So until Melody start taking accountability, for something, then we're gonna continue sitting there doing what we doing. Everybody else, you guys call out. Everybody you call out. But Melody does not do no wrong at all. Not no wrong. And in so many words, when it came to Maurice, I could see Maurice is upset about some stuff that Melody she do, because I didn't watch the whole thing, but in so many words from what I have gotten, he was talking about they need to learn to forgive each other, because it's so much money that can be made, even though Melody and Martell is not together anymore. But they still can make the money, because still of all is still going on their children. So why are they sitting there, fighting each other and act like when the cameras are on that they cannot get along with each other? Make it make sense. Just like Martell said. Martell say when they go to the kids' recitals, their games, their events, they sat by each other, or maybe a few seats away from each other, but yet you guys cannot film with each other. What it is, make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. And also, what I had got from that interview with Maurice is that they don't like the fact that when Melody, and this is my opinion, when she had Martell arrested, that was uncalled for. That's the father of your children. And then what was really hurting is that when they arrested him, the children was in the car. So I don't think that Melody, had planned all this out. And like I say, guys, don't get mad with the messenger because I'm not going to tell you something that, going to tickle your ears. So don't ask me to do a review. Don't ask me to talk about anything if you don't want to hear the truth, at least my truth. But I don't think that Melody went ahead and planned it out because, first of all, I would have thought about all the black men, especially young black men, how they was unalive when it came to cops. And we already know these cops, especially in these little small rural prejudice areas, they don't play when it comes to the black man. So who to say that when Martell was in the car with his children, he was speeding. And a cop, saw that it was a black man, and we already know that things happen so fast. So I don't think that, she thought about that. And like I say, when it comes to the love of money is the root of all evil, guys. Um, Tina Love says, hey, Hottie is in the house. Tina Love says, what bothered me, she doesn't say one word of a castmate that passed just so unkind. It's always about her. Absolutely. And that's the part where it got everybody, just so confused because the thing about it is that we already saw, how it all played out. We saw how it all played out. We saw how it started and we saw how it all played out. And for to say, like I say, even though people, they grieve in their own way, but still of all for to say that you are on a very huge platform, a very number one show on network, at least came out and said something. But they didn't say nothing. She didn't say not one word. She did not say one word. And that right there, like I said, you can't stop people from talking. You cannot stop people from talking. And that's real talk. My girl, country girl says, please go ahead and hit that like button, guys. Come on and hit the like button. So I'm reading some more of the comments, okay? Chandela says, why would she speak on Kiki with the way she did her? Kiki made it very clear her mother was no longer a meter, and like I said, that was very, that was very horrible, for to say that she didn't say not one thing, but uh you guys know, especially Tina, know I was gonna go ahead and talk about Kiki way before I knew that, she had passed. And she had came into my spirit because how, she felt like she didn't get a fair deal when it came to that show. We saw exactly how it went ahead and end. Like I said, when it comes to Kiki got a story. Kiki was a professor, and she had an addiction, and she could had a lot to offer when it comes to that show. But pretty much, they probably filmed her, but all the stuff that she brought there, it ended up on the cutting room floor because, just like Martell said, they only want one person to look good. They only wanted one person to look good. What they did was they put all their eggs in one basket, banking on one person. Renee Williams says next episode she told on herself when she asked why is black was closed. Absolutely, we're gonna get into that. We definitely gonna get into that because they talked about that, it was because of some violations, with the parking lots and all this other stuff. When we already know all the videos that these overzealous fans of hers had made. They made up some videos, and now all of a sudden, what they want to do? They want to go ahead and they want to clean it up. But you could clean those videos all you want. People still got copies of all that. These people made Tisha and Marsau, they made their life a living hell, especially when it came to the business. They was talking about black was closed way before they aired it on the show this week. So how did they get all that information? Who feeding them that information? The minute when they found out that black was closed, they made videos talking about it. Oh no, black is cold. Black is closed. Like I said there and say, they were so busy worrying about Kiki leaking information to bloggers, but who are leaking information to these bloggers? How are they able to get the information? And half of them don't even live in Huntsville. So who are feeding them? And it always be in her fans' hands. They are the ones that's running with it. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Loving for me 75 said, now you all know that lady cannot be held accountable for anything, but everyone else has to, but that's horrible. That's horrible. And everybody thinking, oh, everything is about male this, male that. Well, all we just sitting there saying, at least take accountability for something. I know good and well when it came to your marriage, Martell just didn't tear that house down by himself. It takes two to tear down the house. Even if he was the first one to cheat, it still takes two to tear down the house. And that's the bottom line. And like I said, now, like I say, these people have been divorced for how long? These people have been divorced for almost 6 or 7 years. And they still reliving the same thing over and over, still making songs, still talking about it. And when you can't talk about it no more, then you want to sit there and you want to pull out old receipts and then have this man arrested. Receipts almost like 2 years. Come on, guys. 2 years. And you want to pull out old receipts because now you all of a sudden your life feel like it was threatened. And like I said, guys, all this right here is my opinion. All this right here, I can go based off of this reality show and what they put out there on social media. So don't get mad with the messenger, okay? Because I don't know these people. I do not know these people from a can of paint. Pepper says she put her kids in the danger with the arrest. I didn't like that. And I don't think none of the men like it as well. And that's why they went ahead and called her out. Even Nell Fletcher, why? Nell Fletcher said, why, you had to go and get him arrested. Like I said there and say, people would do anything for fame. Man, that's sad. Like I say, what's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your daggone mind? Chandela said, it is my opinion, when she went live at that tennis game by accident at their child game, she wanted him arrested. Then as her fan base cut up, could be. Like I said, people do anything for a storyline, for a show to keep their name, out there. But I don't know how these people can get rest. Tell me how these people can rest at night. I just couldn't rest at night, when it comes to stuff like that, And that's why, when it comes to Stormi, you see Stormi all happy and bubbly and, because like I said, Stormi don't have to stir the pot in order to push out her products. And I know drama sells, drama do sells, but you make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Vanessa says Melody's playing for camera and fan approval. She short sighted. Her children may resent her in the future. Absolutely. And I've been talking about it for a long, long time. Those children, believe it or not, they may not be able to put the dots together right now, which most likely they can because they're very smart and articulate, and I'm pretty sure that they watch they watch social media. These children see all this right here. And when those children grow up, they won't have nothing to do with them. Not one thing. Because you cannot make these children hate their father. You cannot make their children hate their father. Because I remember it was a clip, and it's still on TikTok. I think I had got it off of, I don't know where I had got that off of. I think it was Facebook, when Melody was talking to or doing an interview with one of her daughters, the ones that they call Boss Baby. And I remember when Melody was asking her a question, she said, well, who could cook better? And it's not the word verbatim, it was something to the fact. And she said, well, I like my dad's oatmeal. And that's when Melody said, well, I serve you guys a full course meal. I get you steaks and eggs and all this other stuff. Why would she do that to the child? A child. Just for the children, especially when they're in a two-parent home, to see that their father is making oatmeal. I don't care if it's oatmeal or steak and eggs. At least, their father is present and cooking for them. It's easy to sit there and order out and tell them to bring the steak and bring the eggs. But what about if you sitting there, you taking your time to make that for the kids? Those kids appreciate the small things. They're not worrying about the red bottoms and all these Gucci eyeglasses or whatever the crap they buying, which, that's another story by itself. Those kids not worrying about all that designer stuff. Those kids gonna remember the very small stuff. They're gonna remember when dad tucked them in their beds, read to them, went to their recitals, picked them up from school, combed their hair. Those are the things that children going to remember. They're not going to remember, oh, mom made sure that I had a full course meal, by ordering out, or had a shelf, or, buying designer clothes. And those kids not going to remember stuff like that. I promise you. And one thing about kids sponges off of everything. It may seems like, they not paying attention, but kids pay attention. Nikki says, in my opinion, that post of her in bed looks, absolutely, it does. It does. It does look stupid. And the reason why it looks so stupid, because she had a full face makeup and coming out as if she was sick, and with a lace front wig, all covered up from the neck on down, but with a full face of makeup. And it does. It does. And like I said, sometimes we take too much, and don't know how to wiggle our way out of it. And I'm just talking, okay? I'm just talking. All this right here is for entertainment purpose only, okay? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. This is my opinion. And if you don't like the way I roast someone, then you just get out, okay? You guys can make 101 videos of everybody else, but when somebody talk about Saint Melody, then you all have a problem. Okay. I don't know if I read this already. Chandela said, in my opinion, when she went live at the oh yeah, I read that one right there already. Vanessa says, Melody playing for the cameras. Fan approval. I read that one already. Nikki says, in my opinion, that post is, yep, not one word, but nothing was said about that. No condolences or nothing. Because, like I said, they say conviction. Let's read that again. Hot 11 says, not one word, but nothing was said about that. No condolences or nothing. Because the way that they went about it. When you sit there and you use a person, taking a person through the back door just for this person to sit there and give you something that's going to make you look good and for the ratings, it was not nothing, from what I saw, had anything to do with Kiki. Nobody wanted to hear from Kiki, and everybody wants to sit there and say, oh, you can't just blame one person. I'm going to blame the ones that sat there and allowed that to happen. Marsau and Tisha was smart. They was not going to allow Kiki to come on because they knew Kiki personal story. They knew her story. They knew what she was going through. They knew what she was battling with. So that's why they didn't let her on. And the way that they went ahead and they used her, she couldn't even tell what she was going through. And I'm pretty sure, just like I said earlier, that she filmed a lot of stuff with her family. But we would never know. We would never know because they made it all about one person. Melody wanted Kiki to come on so she can sit there and have something on Tisha and Marsau's marriage. And who could tell it better? Who could tell it better but first cousins? And when it comes to Kiki and Tisha, they look like sisters. They close, very close. So I'm pretty sure that Kiki knew a lot about Tisha. And Melody wanted to know because they wants to tear down Tisha because hurt people. And I know you guys don't want to hear this. So don't ask me to do no reviews if you want me to sugarcoat. Go to somebody else. Because I'm going to tell it like it is. And that's why they are convicted. It's guilt. And the thing, what really hurted me the most is that when Melody wanted to tear down Tisha and Marsau's marriage, since she's been doing it since the beginning, because she needs somebody to sit there and wallow in their mess with her. Because, oh no, I can't just be the only one on this show where my husband cheated on me. I'm the star of the show. Just like she told Marsau, oh, Tisha need to be strong like me. But the upper hand that Tisha had on her, Tisha was not going to throw her husband away. Tisha was not going to leave her husband just for a reality show, for a pipe dream. So she thought Tisha was going to sit there and jump on this circus, this clown show, this buffoonery, and leave her family just to give people something to talk about. Make it make sense. And when Tisha sat there and say, heck no, I'm not going to leave my husband. This girl kept digging and digging and digging into these people's marriage. And then had the audacity to film with Marsau and call Marsau out of his name and threw Tisha's name in it. I mean, this girl is jealous of Tisha. Oh my God, y'all don't want to hear this. Trust me, I'm going to elevate. I'm going to talk about real life issues. And I hope you guys support me on that as well. But the girl is jealous of Tisha. She wanted to see Tisha go down into the gutter with her, go and on this trauma bonding bandwagon with her. And when Tisha sat there, say, heck no, then they sat there and tried everything that they could to tear this girl and her marriage up, where they was willing to get Tisha's first cousin on that show. Invited this girl to come on this show, humiliated her, had her to take a drug test, had her to sit there and she's a professor at a college, had this girl sitting there working hard for whatever. And I don't even think most likely they paid her. And then again, they may have. All this right here is for entertainment purpose only. It's sad to say it, but it is. These type of reality shows, these buffooneries, these minstrel shows. I mean, had this girl to turn against her flesh and blood. and then dismissed her. And once she left off of that show, according to even what her uncle said, she left off the show depressed, depressed, humiliated. And you guys might not like it, but like I said there and say, when I see things, I see it from a spiritual point of view. All this right here was timing. It was timing. Soon when they start talking about the millimeters attacking them, how the millimeters been uh, calling their employment, the events, going on their jobs and stalking them and harassing them and doxing them. And all of a sudden, when they start airing out those upper scenes, then we hear Kiki had passed. Kiki had passed. Like I say, you don't play with people's lives. You do not play with people's lives. Because, like I said, this right here is not a coincidence at all, okay? He that have an ear, let him hear. And getting back to Tisha and Marcel's business, Black, those people is not going to come out, most likely. And this is my opinion, unless they getting floods and floods of calls. And like I said, for these people to get the information hot off the press, either they getting it because somebody is working in those type of offices and also a YouTuber and somebody feeding it to them. But how are these people getting that information? Knowing exactly where these people are having their events. How they able to get that type of information? Unless it's hands on. Like I said there and say, God is going to flush them out. The Most High God is going to flush them out. Because no way in the world that all of a sudden we've seen videos after videos of these people coming live, Black is closed for violations. Because like I said, these people are getting information firsthand, hot off the press, okay? So let me go ahead and read some more of the comments. I got a few more minutes, guys. Nikki says she seems to spend a lot of time on social media. Where are your children? Okay, I think I read that one. Chandela says her fans claim she sent food to the family. If anything, the best thing was an open apology. Come and give your condolences on social media. They run and take credit for everything else. Why they didn't run and take credit for that? Tina Love says a lot of stuff Martell has said turned out to be true about male character. Absolutely. They didn't want to hear Martell. And the reason why they didn't want to hear Martell, because Martell was their punching bag. Martell was their sacrificial lamb. Martell was the one that they was going to use to elevate to cash all the way to the bank. So they needed to shut him up. They needed to shut Martell up. Oh, we don't want to hear Martell. Martell is a cheater. Martell is a cheater. And all that stuff was running like fire. Got everybody, we want to stay away from him. Like, he's the only one in the entire world that cheats. And the thing about it, when it comes to us, we brainwash. When one person says something, it's like we fall in line. So, we was running with that. But not me, because I saw straight through the BS. I sat there and say, no way in the world you're going to sit there and put your entire life on display if you was that hurt. And then come on and sit there and make a mockery out of that. You laughing all the way to the bank. You getting paid for your pain. But this man couldn't even sit there and catch a break. This man couldn't catch a break. Right there, I knew that this was BS. They needed to sit there and keep punching on this man, make this man the face of DV because it was putting money in their pockets until we sit there and say, we can't go another season, 7 year, 7 season, and they still talking about Melody was cheated over on. It's time to move on. We couldn't take no more. It was like beating an old dirty dish rag. We couldn't take no more of that. Got to be, Nikki. Got to be. And yet they wanted to sit there and make Kiki lose her job, talking about she's feeding information to bloggers. But yet these bloggers come all pumped up and all excited with confidence. I come on confidence and excited too if I got firsthand information and I got it from the sources. And that's why they were so bold, because they know that what they was getting it straight from the sources, most likely. And all this right here is alleged for entertainment purpose only. My opinion. And that's why when I saw when they had released, and I only could go by what they say when they said that Melody mom was in on it as well. They were showing comments and stuff, with Melody's mom saying, don't arguing back and forth, don't put Miss Van in all this. Like I said, nobody wanted to talk about stuff like this. In the minute when you talk about it, oh, we're gonna take him to court. Oh, we're gonna sue him. Like I said, honey, a hit dog gonna holler. You air it out, you are free game. Ain't no pickers and choosers who going to sit there and get the heat, and who gonna sit there and we're gonna stick our head into the sand. They was arguing back and forth, jumping on everybody's pages. Now all of a sudden, oh, we need to go ahead and give it rest now. Oh, we want to call for a blackout now, because you guys know that your time is almost over with. You guys know that you're being exposed. The covers, the sheets are being ripped from over you guys. You guys are being exposed. So I will sit there and say, let's shut it down as well. But like they say, these melanuts, they just don't think. Because, if I know that people are getting close to exposing me, I sit there and I shut it down. But no, they want to keep going and going and going until someone sit there and say, I cannot take it no more. Some people can't handle depression. Some people can't handle people bullying them, where it had to sit there and take people to unalive themselves in order to get your attention. And like I said, guys, don't get mad with the messenger. Don't get mad with the messenger, but you cannot continue playing with people's lives. You cannot continue playing with people's lives. Chandela says they made several videos of it as Wanda went live several times saying it was open. So many videos calling Miss Wanda out, saying all types of stuff about Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda only was defending her daughter. You guys sit there and try to make these people's lives a living hell. But we already know who you wanted. You guys wanted Martell. You guys wanted Martell. Where it was one set there, and she went ahead and she took it because she was sick and tired of people sitting there trying to misuse you. You don't know what people are going through in their personal life to be playing with people's lives like they disposable goods. And I'm just talking. Like I said, if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. Ain't nobody gonna sugarcoat for no one. Have you noticed they talked about scenes before they even air? Kind of fishy to me. Absolutely. 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 How are these people getting this firsthand information? That's why I sit there and say uh, more lawsuits should be taking place because these people made people lives a living hell, mess with people businesses. How they got all the information about Martell. So in a minute when Martell at least get one door open, then before you know it, they making hundreds and one videos of all the personal information, all his moves, following these people to the hospital. Who does that? Who follow people to the hospital? I will be too embarrassed to even make a video about Martell went to the hospital. I will be too embarrassed to make a video of Martell and his family going to a park, enjoying their children, following these people at a zoo. Make it make sense. But yet, you guys say you're not worried or invested in these people. You guys are obsessive with these people. Insane. These people are insane. And they vicious. At one time, even Ariane came out and said that it felt like she wanted to unalive herself, where she said she couldn't even go and get her a job, afraid of these people calling her job. These people have doxed this girl where they know all of her information. And she's not even on the show. And she is not on the show. And it got some people, they are not strong to handle the bullying, the harassment, the stalking, the doxing. Some people can't handle it, but they say, I take it. I take it for the team. Maybe it can put a stop to this, get people talking to see the vicious, malicious, demonic demons, the puppet masters that's pulling those strings. I wouldn't say nothing either. If I know my hands is dripping. So guys, don't ask me. Don't ask me to do a review if you don't want to hear the truth. Because my truth may not be what you want to hear. Because I see straight through this. I see straight through this. And I don't know these people from a can of paint. All this right here is based off of what they put out on social media. Like I said, you air it out, you are free game. Vanessa says, my heart went out to Marsau and Tisha. I was literally disgusted. I believe Melody can have conversations with her fans to put a stop to the nonsense. She can if she wants to. She did it with that guy. You remember the foreign guy that she was with overseas? She put a stop to that when these fans sat there and start emailing this man. Didn't Melody came out and put a stop to that? So why she can't put a stop to all this stuff that's going on? And they say, oh, well, I was listening to one blogger was saying that Mel ain't got nothing to do with it. Mel got a lot to do with it because Mel is the one that's wearing those t-shirts, cashing up on these t-shirts, saying millimeters. Let me sit there and put t-shirts of Jim Jones or Helter Skelter or Hitler or something like that. You guys gonna say, oh, she's affiliated with that. He condoned that. So if I'm wearing a t-shirt of people that I know are very vicious, harassing, stalking, doxing, and I'm wearing proudly making t-shirts and cashing in on that, then what that say about me? What that says about me? Nikki B says the Mel and Martell storyline is so old and played out. Martell has moved on. Let it go. Absolutely. I've been saying it from day one. Let it go. But they didn't want to let it go. Martell say, tell my story or fire me. And they still was sitting there beating his dead horse, wringing this old dirty dish rag, making all types of thumbnails with this man in a crazy jacket, you know, those psychic jackets. I mean, these people did some very demonic stuff when it came to Martell because they was cashing in on it. They was getting clicks and likes. And they didn't know how to turn it off because, like I said, the love of money is the root of all evil. But what's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your daggone soul? You're going to have to take all that money and get yourself out of a world of trouble because you have been exposed. T Bird says Mel is the common denominator in all this messy harassment. It's her fans. And they were sitting there saying, well, what about Beyonce? What about Nicki Minaj? They fans, you know, they go hard for them, but I don't see Beyonce and I never saw Nicki Minaj trolling on everybody's platform. I didn't never see them. I never seen them do that. My girl says country girl say thanks again everyone for all the likes. Yes, thank you guys. My battery ran out. I can't see it. But thank you for all the likes and the videos. And yes, make sure, yes. So let me go ahead and read some more. And after that, that's it. I did my hour. Lady B says, I didn't understand the blackout myself. It didn't make sense to me because of the reason you just stated. And like I said, the blackout was another form. And like I say, this is my opinion. All this right here is alleged based off of a reality show and based off of what they put out on social media. The blackout was only a dog whistle, was only telling you guys to sabotage this black man's show, Carlos King show. That's what the blackout was about. Now, oh, you guys not putting Mel on this pedestal, not putting her in a good light, then we're going to tear the whole show down. Because Mel already got something already set up. Nubian, whatever that is, she got on some other streaming stuff she got. She got something else, you know, we tear this down, then we going to follow her somewhere else. The blackout was just to sit there and sabotage the show. That's a shame, guys. A black owned network, black producers, a black cast. We don't have nobody to blame but ourselves. But yet we want to sit there and we want to cancel um Miss Nettie, Miss Netta, yes, Miss Netta and Charles. Y'all guys want to get mad with Netta and Charles because she's calling you guys out on your BS. Our people do the most. Our people do the most. Y'all guys go on this Miss Netta's live on social media and harass and bully this woman until you got a reaction. And the minute when you guys got a reaction, you guys want to say, oh, let's go ahead and cancel her. But you guys pushed her to the edge. Because our people, like I said, our people are some silly sheep. Some very silly sheep. And first we want to sit there and say, oh, it's the white man. No, we have to take accountability of the stuff that we do. And maybe Miss Netta was all in her feelings. She couldn't articulate herself, but I knew exactly what she meant. It's sad when we got to fight white supremacists on one hand, and then we got to fight our daggone people. We do the most because we're a bunch of crabs in a barrel. A bunch of crabs in the barrel. Vanessa says, I would not be surprised through all this part. Somehow Jesus would touch Martell's life and turn it around for his glory. Jesus specialized in exalting the outcast. Absolutely. Well, God is working it out right now because what he's doing, he's seeing that what happened to Martell, most of this stuff, because these people bit off of a lie. Martell is not the first and he's not the last that ever cheated, but these people was using him as the face of a cheater. And then when they couldn't use him as the face of a cheater, they figured, okay, let's go ahead and get these charges on him and we can get him for DV because we know that no one wants to work with anybody that got DV attached to them. Oh, let's go ahead and smear his character. All this stuff was planned it out. But you never win when you play dirty. That's why I say much is given, as much is required. The same ditch that you dig for somebody else, you better make sure that you dig a ditch for yourself. And that's real talk. So on that note, guys, I'm going to close it out. Lady B say, right, both are messing up the money. This is wild. Absolutely. And Country Girl says, another great live, Lady D. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Monday. Stay safe and God bless you all. Dana said, it is true. This show is on hideous because of ratings per the Melanuts. Or it is because of the Olympics. No, it's because, like I said, all the stuff that is happening. People don't want to watch it no more. But like I said, don't sit there and stop somebody else bags just because we got people that sit there wants to do it the crooked way. People wants to sit there and be selfish and try to sabotage it. So, let other people sit there and run with it. That's how I look at it. Yes, Martell do love his kids. SOF says that the only thing they care about is showing allegiance to Mel. They will destroy their own black community and their business for her. Absolutely. And that's why you see a surge of lawsuits that's taking place because, like I said, you don't never win when you play dirty. Never win. And these people was getting all this information hot off the press. Soon the minute something happened, they dare to sit there with confidence, with boldness, because they was getting the information straight from the sources. That's what that was. If I was getting information straight from the sources, I'd come out with boldness too. I come out. You don't hear them now. All you're hearing is what? Crickets, crickets, crickets. Checking your boo says, "What's up, Chad?" And real talk with Lady D coming in as you say, God would do a mighty work in Martell's life. David was after God's heart, yet he loved the ladies. Yes, he did. David, shoot, not only David, his Solomon. Solomon had over 700 concubines. So my girl Dana said, "Thank you, Lady D. Have a great day." Okay, guys. Michelle, this is the last one I'm reading. And she said, "At Dana Scott, the Melanuts thinks the headiest is because of their blackout. They are delusional. My God." So on that note, guys, you all be blessed. And again, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. And alleged, you air it out, you are free game. On that note, guys, see you later. Checking your boo say, yes, indeed, Solomon sure did love the ladies too. Yes, he did, honey. You all be good. Okay, guys, you all be blessed.